So I'm up for a little bit of a challenge today, and maybe you guys are as well. What I ended up doing for this video was combing through my entire collection of 1,000+ bottles and choosing 2 fragrances for each season. We're going to end up with 8 fragrances in total here that theoretically I would use for a whole entire year. Now, I feel like I should bring this up every time, but every time I do a video topic like this, I like to point out the fact that this isn't realistic for someone like me to do because I'm a fragrance reviewer. And so I test new fragrances on a almost daily basis. New releases, old releases, everything in between. So this is very unrealistic for me to actually pursue, but it really is kind of a challenge like I mentioned. And it's kind of fun to look through everything. And also I think it really is a nice nod to the selected 8 fragrances in this video, because if I were to do something like this at this point in time right now, these are the ones I would roll with. And so obviously it's important to note that this would change over time. If I did this video in another year and things are a little bit different, people are going to go, oh, well, you're fake. You're not real. The list is different than what you did last year. Yeah, that's the point. The point of this hobby is to progress and change and change your taste and everything like that. So it's always going to change, right? Especially when you have a lot to choose from. And that's why I didn't make any revisions to this video either. Literally, I just now got done finalizing the list, or the choices, and now I'm hopping into it. I like to do it that way so I don't pick and choose and change things up. This is raw and real and what I would choose at the current state of my collection. So I will link all these fragrances down below as per usual, so you can get these at a discounted price. If at any point I reference prices, that's where they're going to be. Another thing, community tab, deals, saving money. If all of that stuff sounds good to you, get subscribed. Check in on the community tab at least a couple times a day, every single day for the most part, as long as there's deals being ran or discontinued rare fragrances being brought back into the world on discounters. I'm posting over there. You can save a lot of money over there. So get subscribed, check out the community tab. If you hate my videos, if you don't like my videos, that sucks for me and, you, maybe not. Sucks for me, it's kind of upsetting, but check out my community tab anyway. Stay subscribed, save yourself a lot of money over there. No hard feelings. Let's jump into it. Starting off with the wonderful season of spring, fragrance 1 of 2 is going to be XX Artisan by John Varvatos. So this one has bitter orange, vetiver, some other woods in here. Basically, this one's all about the vetiver. Point blank period. This is their take on a vetiver scent. And vetiver is one of my favorite notes. I love how it's used in a wide variety of different fragrances, from different types of vetiver used to whether or not the vetiver is at the forefront or not, or if it's more in the background. I just like all of it. And so when you choose a fragrance that is going to be vetiver-centric, you may think to yourself, well, I already have a lot of vetiver fragrances. Tom Ford Grey Vetiver, Guerlain Vetiver, Roja Parfums Vetiver, right? And many, many more vetiver fragrances. But yet somehow they still managed to make this one smell different. Opens up with that bitter orange and that Sichuan pepper, kind of giving it a spicy kick. Dries down to a nice, woody, mature, masculine, and smooth vetiver. This one is smooth and wearable from start to finish. Really nice stuff that smells great in the springtime, although realistically could work all year round. But if I had to pin it in one single season, for me it would be spring. Next up, we have DUNHILL AMALFI Citrus up next here for our second and final spring fragrance. Now this one has lemon, bergamot, neroli, orange. 3 types of orange, by the way. Check out the notes. There's mandarin orange and I think a bitter orange, and then some other orange note. And then musk. There's some amber, some minor woods in here. But really, it's all about the citrus, as you would imagine, and the neroli. So it's kind of citrus floral with just a nice musky base here and some very, very light woods in the far dry down. It's just a super pleasant, uplifting, and fresh scent. Now, this one could fight for a spot in the summer category. Although for me, and I've kind of talked about this before, when it comes to choosing a summer scent, I want fun and playful to the max because I'm trying to have fun and do fun things in the summertime. I want a scent that accompanies that. This one here is actually kind of refined and kind of gentlemanly, and it doesn't really have that fun vibe going on like I personally look for in a summer scent. It's just a little bit more green, citrusy, and reminds me more of spring overall. Great quality for a decent price, not cheap, but you're getting great quality here. It's kind of Dunhill's step above the rest line. You still get that signature Dunhill style bottle with that nice cap that clicks into place. Very heavy, very chunky bottle. Great presentation, great scent. And moving over to summer, getting into some things that are a little bit more playful and just easygoing here, which is kind of the whole idea and the whole appeal to summer for me. First up is Light Blue Forever. So this is one of those deals where I could choose Forever or I could choose Italian Love. And I would take either one. You know, it's one of those things where if Italian Love got discontinued, which it is a limited edition, I'm still going to be reaching for Forever. Or if Forever got discontinued, which it did, then I would reach for Italian Love. It's kind of just a sad situation overall for this DNA. Both of them are not going to be around for long, unfortunately. But that's why I recommend you guys to get your backup bottles. But the point I'm trying to say is, for me, they can go either direction. If I just want this DNA, I'll just grab one blindly, spray it on, and I'm going to be happy. There are differences. I covered them. Italian Love, a little bit more bergamot to balance out that super harsh grapefruit. But for the most part, I love this DNA in its entirety. Great, great stuff here. Grapefruit, ozonic notes, violet leaf, musk. It's just a unique, different take on a summer fragrance that's super bright and uplifting and just different, like I mentioned. And that's what I love so much about this one. And the second summer fragrance here is YSL Eau de Parfum. Amberwood, apple, sage, lavender. So it's aromatic, but it's also fruity with a bit of a sweetness and that amberwood kind of ambroxan blue fragrance twist going on. I love YSL EDP. Love the Parfum as well. Really like the EDT. Eau Fresh is good. Live is good. The whole line is just great. And the reason why I'm going with something like this is because it has that fun, playful, and easygoing smell down to a science here. And I've talked about the Parfum a lot as well. That one is really kind of tied. It's just one of those things where when I have to choose two, at the end of the day, I have to pick one, right? I can't just beat around the bush and say, oh yeah, blah blah blah. I had to choose either the EDP or the Parfum. I'm going for the EDP rather, but the Parfum also would be in heavy rotation as well. However, you know, because I have to choose two and I'm limited to two, this is kind of the one I grabbed. It's a great performer, long lasting, high projecting, compliment beast with great quality as well. I love the DNA, I love the scent, and I gotta have this stuff for summertime. I just do. Moving into fall, we're going to kick this one off with Ultra Male by Jean Paul Gaultier. So this one's got pear, cinnamon, vanilla. I love Ultra Male. This is another one of those deals where it could be a tie, and that could be Afnan's 9 p.m. Really, really nice clone. One I've talked about here recently on the channel. And it's also interesting because this obviously here does not have a cap. But I can still smell this. I can still faintly smell Ultra Male just right there from the little atomizer hole, which is not common, you know. A lot of my bottles that don't have caps and that just sit open like this, like some of the Valentinos and stuff like that, I can't smell anything from them. Some of the Spice Bombs as well. But I can get that straight up vanilla and cinnamon right off the rip here. And like I said, this hasn't been sprayed for a while. I love this DNA. I love everything about it. And it kind of follows the summer trend, and that's kind of how I feel. Summertime, when it comes around, I'm just, you know, in the mood to have fun and just, you know, enjoy life, enjoy the weather, and wear fragrances that kind of, you know, go along with that mood, right? Just doing a whole bunch of fun summer stuff. And then when fall comes around, it's kind of like a continuation of summer where, you know, things are starting to cool down, but you still have this kind of feisty feeling where it's like, yeah, it's fall now. Halloween is coming. Haunted houses are around the corner. Trick-or-treating's coming up. You can decorate your house for fall, and bonfires outside and roasting marshmallows. And I don't know, I think fall is also just a really, really fun time. And so I also kind of look for things that are a little bit more playful. And Ultra Male has always done that for me. You know, it's so sweet that a lot of people would throw this over into the winter pile, but this just reminds me of fall activities ever since the beginning, and so it kind of gets tossed into that season for me. And the second fall fragrance is ROCHAS Moustache Eau de Parfum. No surprise, no shock here at all. This one's got vanilla, benzoin, pink pepper. This smells amazing. YSL Tuxedo. You ever heard of it? It smells like it. At an absolute fraction of the cost. Tuxedo, not discounted. You're looking at $250 plus. Mustache, usually on discounters, $45.50. So a lot of savings here. And also, you're not really sacrificing anything. I've got to say, quality has not really diminished a ton between this and Tuxedo. Performance is really, really good from this one as well. And yeah, I mean, it's unique, but it's also very similar to Tuxedo, so it's not unique in that regard. It's not original. You know, ROCHAS did not invent this DNA, but this scent itself is still unique. This DNA is still unique, and the very, very vast majority of people out there are not going to be wearing this, which means you've got a scent that's going to set you apart in the fall time. And it's another one that just reminds me of fall. You get that spiciness, you get that vanilla, benzoin sweetness. It's a very, very comforting and cozy, but also still kind of fun and playful and sexy and mysterious scent. I love everything about this one. For the price, you cannot beat it. If you like vanilla, you gotta check it out. And last up for wintertime, we're gonna start this one with AZZARO, the most wanted parfum. Bourbon vanilla, woody notes, and ginger are, I believe, the 3 notes that they give us, and that's it. One of those deals going on there. Oh man, this one is good. Came out this year, and I'm glad it did. It's another one where I smell this and I'm like, that's it right here. The most wanted, I liked it. You know, it was that toffee, amberwood scent, kind of gourmand leaning for sure. More gourmand than this one. But it didn't really do a whole lot for me. You know, I liked it. I would take it over the original wanted. I would take it over tonic for sure. But the most wanted parfum is just that one and then more. They're making it, to me, more interesting. I like that bourbon vanilla, which gives it this hint of a booziness. The ginger you get off the top when you spray this one on. Kind of has this bright fizzy type of smell going on, which is just very addicting and almost mouth-watering. And then just some nice woods in here. It just is, it's one of those scents that captivates me each time. And each time I smell it, I get almost more hooked on it, right? And now's the wrong time to be getting hooked on this. We're not really into wintertime quite yet, which I'm happy about, but it is coming up soon. But I do know that once wintertime is here, I'm gonna be hitting this hard. And just after smelling it and testing it even throughout the summertime, I knew that I've got to have this one for wintertime. I really do. I mean, there's something that I think is special about this one. And I think this could go down to really have a lot of success and maybe similar matched success to that of Want to By Night. I think it is that good. I'm excited to see where this one goes. And the second winter fragrance and the final fragrance for this entire video is, well, you know what it is, right? You hear that at Spice Bomb Extreme. This one's got vanilla, tobacco, and black pepper. I had to throw in a tobacco fragrance. I love tobacco fragrances, and wintertime is the time to wear them. There are tons out there. There's a ton in my collection that I love. Parfum de Marly Herod, Dolce & Gabbana, the One Eau de Parfum. There's a lot of them. But when I had to just choose 2 for this, you know, this season, and really I knew I wanted to put in the most wanted parfum, so I only had to choose 1 tobacco fragrance. At the end of the day, Spice Bomb Extreme was just calling me. I couldn't not put it in. That's how much I truly love this scent. Smells amazing. Nice, smooth, creamy vanilla, nice spicy opening, and then the nice rich red tobacco note in here. Everything about Spice Bomb Extreme is just nothing but sexy. Alrighty guys, that's gonna do it for me choosing 2 fragrances out of my entire collection for each season for an entire year, 8 fragrances total. This is a really solid lineup. I hate to pat myself on the back, and I'm not going to because it's all subjective, of course, but I do think if you're looking to get into some fragrances, you're wanting to start up a collection, go through all of these here. Check my channel for reviews and first impressions and that sort of thing. Some of the newer ones, full reviews aren't out yet, but I think there's a lot of really, really good stuff in here. And I know for me, I would have no problem wearing these consecutively for an entire year. Amazing stuff, top-notch stuff, all affordable. I love it. Links will be down below. That's going to do it for me. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you tomorrow with another one. Take care.